A man is not he what he says, but he what he does. Turning over the pages of history, we can see many kings and emperors, those who are known for the brutality and killings and the dominations. To the contrary, we have some other great kings and emperors, those who are known for the great deeds. Today, we are going to have an explanation of the Ozymandias of Egypt, written by one of the greatest romantic poets of English literature, CBSE. This is Prosenjit. Welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to explain the poem of Alternative English Class 12, Ozymandias of Egypt. Let us know about the poet first of all. CBSE, born in Sussex, England, on 4th August 1792, and he breathed his last on 8 July 1822. He was recognized is considered as one of the greatest poets of English literature and among the romantic poets. But unfortunately, he got his fame and name, the recognition, all his works were recognized after he bade adieu to this Mother Earth. When he died, then his works got recognition. Despite that, he was known among the visionary poets like Lord Byron, John Keats, Leigh Hunt, Thomas Love Peacock, and his second wife, Mary Shelley. Shelley's greatest works, some of the greatest works of P.B. Shelley were, you can say, Ozymandias, Ode to the West Wind, To the Skylark, Music, When the Soft Voices Die, The Cloud, The Mosque of Anarchy. These are some of the great works of P.B. Shelley. Despite that, there are many innumerable, works of P.B. Shelley that has, beautified the pages of English literature. Ozymandias of Egypt, it is written by P.B. Shelley, which was believed to be and thought to have been a competition with his friend Horace Smith, a kind of sonnet competition. As we can see, this poem is a sonnet. Sonnet means a kind of poem. Is composed of 14 lines. It is also believed that the poet P.B. Shelley got inspired from a big bust of Ramses II, the statue of Ramses II. Bust means the half statue up to here. यहाँ तक कटा हुआ जो मूर्ति होती है, यहाँ तक जो उसको bust कहते हैं. तो once he saw a bust in a museum of Ramses II, then he got inspired and he composed this poem, Ozymandias of Egypt. Now, first he wrote this poem in 1818 when it published. Now, let us move into the rhyming scheme and let us understand the kind of poem and the rhetorical devices used in this poem. One of the most beautiful poems. It is considered to be the Petrarchan sonnet, though it doesn't have that systematic or the classical ways of rhyming scheme. It has a very different type of rhyming scheme of A, B, A, B, A, C, D, C, E, D, E, F, E, F. So these are the rhyming scheme, but the octave and the sustain has been used in such a way that first octave has the classical system of A, B, B, A, B, B, A rhyming scheme. Then sustain, we do not have any kind of it's a mixed all. E, D, C, E, F like this. So what happens now? What is octave and what is sustain? Octave, as I have told you, as we have known that, a sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. The first 8 lines is called octave and the sustain is the remaining 6 lines. In the octave, he used A, B, 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 A rhyming scheme. So this is a very different and unique type of writing of this one, P.B. Shelley, that has a great name. But unfortunately, he got his recognitions after he died, after he bade adieu to Mother Earth. So it is in this poem, we can also find an extended metaphor. Metaphor is used here, but in such a way that it's very difficult to find out now. What is the extended metaphor, which is closely connected with the illusion in this poem? He tried to create an illusion. Now, throughout this poem, what the statue expresses here, that he tries to say that the green, though in the statue where it is shattered, it is completely desert area. No, there is no green and growing anything. It's a completely barren land. So, but he tries to portray the civilization in the past he had and all accomplishment. He tries to boast of his accomplishment. The king tries to boast of his accomplishment. Nothing powerful, rich can ever stay longer forever. This is a great example. Nothing powerful can stay longer and forever. Everything has an end. Even the sun rises, has to set. So all the powerful things one day, all the brutalities, all the ill thoughts and surrounding we have, it has an end. So it is a great example. Now this metaphor is made from even commanding in a poem. Shelley's use of an actual ruler. Shelley utilizes an illusion in this poem. Illusion that means a kind of to a powerful king, ruler in ancient Egypt, to show that even someone so powerful will eventually fall. So beautiful, see, even so powerful king like an Ozymandias hasn't had a fall, and it is indeed true that every powerful thing has to come to an end one day. Nothing is permanent, nothing remains forever. Now, moving forward, we have, as we can see, the rhyming schemes are very much different here. So moving to the first octave of the poem. Octave is the first 8 lines of the sonnet. It's called octave. Now we can see land, stone, stand, throne, A, B. In this way it goes, and then again command, read, things, fed. So if you find out, you can, if you go through, you can find out the rhyming scheme very much easily. So octave, we have, in this poem, the poet presents a speaker. A poet says that, I met a traveler from an antique land who said, the poet says that once he met a traveler who had come from an antique land. Here antique matlab, antique we believe that Purane Dino ka, like old, ancient, and here antique land means Egypt. Egypt se aaya hua. Egyptian civilization is very well known and well studied, and everyone, it is known to all. So a traveler came along and came across the place, ancient land, and he says, now what the traveler had seen and was throughout his journey, he is explaining in this beautiful poem. Now he says that 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert, near them on the sand. Half sunk and shattered voices falls, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of scowl command tell that its sculptor well those patience read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things. The hand and the mocked them, hand that mocked them, and the hurt that fed. Now here some of the words that we have to know. See, the traveler says 2 vast trunkless legs of stone. He saw, as you can see the pictures and images, the big statue is shown. The trunkless means the body is there, the legs are there, the upper part is moved. So he saw a big statue where the half body, the trunk is not there, only the legs were standing on, and on a pedestal, on a big जैसे पैरदानी कहते हैं, उसके ऊपर खड़ा हुआ एक बड़ा सा इमेज, बड़ा सा एक मूर्ति, बड़ी सी मूर्ति, जिसका आधा यानी ऊपर का हिस्सा, जो ट्रंक कहते हैं, ऊपर का हिस्सा, वो पड़ा हुआ है, टूटा हुआ है. Stand on a desert. Near them, all on the sand, half sunk, आधा डूबा हुआ, उसके सामने आधा sunk रेत में, like it is sunk on the sand, half sunk. You can see the image, you can just imagine that a बड़ी सी मूर्ति, उसका जो सिर है वो रेत में आधा घिसा हुआ है, something like that. Now near them on the sand and half sunk as shattered vices mean face here, vices means face, एक चेहरा, उस मूर्ति का चेहरा जमीन पे आधा गड़ा हुआ है. Whose frown and wrinkled lip, frown means expression of anger and displeasure, इस तरह का गुस्सा वाला जो अहंकार वाला चेहरा, wrinkled lip, and a sneer of cold command. अहंकारी lip क्या होता है? ये वाला जो अहंकारी है, that kind of lip, and a wrinkled lip, and sneer of the cold command that tells the sculpture that, और इस मूर्ति को देखकर, टूटा हुआ मूर्ति को देखकर, स्कल्पचर का ग्रेट वर्क कैन बी इजीली अंडरस्टूड. हाउ द स्कल्पचर में नहीं, जो मूर्तिकार है, जो पत्थरों की मूर्ति बनाते, स्कल्पचर। तो मूर्तिकार ने इतनी बढ़िया से उसको स्टडी किया है, उसके चेहरे को, कैरेक्टर को। ओzymandias कैरेक्टर हैज सो ब्यूटीफुली बीन पैशनेटली एंड ब्यूटीफुली presented that his character can be understood from the shattered statue of the Ozymandias. The two legs made of stone standing on the remaining part of the statue, and the side में उसका चेहरा पड़ा हुआ था, and it was damaged, broken into pieces. The face of the statue had expression and display and a taunting smile, अहंकारी, that kind of taunting smile it had. The wrinkle and the lips and the face were also there, and the poet says that the sculptor had made the statue and had read the expression of the Egyptian king Ramses' face very well, that he was able to copy them into the statue of so accurately. He might have observed, and sometimes when we see at the statue or a picture, we say, wow, so beautifully you have copied, that means you have sketched, that means you have so strong imagination, so strong ability, skill. The sculpture's ability and skill has beautifully been presented, that how he was good, that all looking at the shattered, broken, half broken and the half sunk statue, even the face, even you can imagine how ruthless the king was when he was alive, looking at his face. Now statue is completely shattered, टूटा फूटा पड़ा हुआ है. Now what we see, that the face of the statue was completely sunk, half sunk, and the Ramesses' face was beautifully observed, that he did the work so accurately. This expression continued to exist then, even after the king's death, through the lifeless statue. The statue is lifeless. Despite that, through this lifeless statue, we can see how ruthless the king was. The sculptor's hand occupied the king's ruthless expression and mocked at them, while the king's stone heart brought out this expression of his face. We can see the expression of the, the facial expression in the broken statue even. It shows how brutal he was, how, inhuman he was, how, ruthless he was to the people during his dominion, during his domination. It is known that Ozymandias was very much cruel king, who was very much cruel to his subject. Now, that cruelty even has been shown in the statue. Now, moving forward, we have the sustat now. Octave is over a sustat. And on the pedestal, these words appear. Pedestal. Now, you can see the image. A person is standing, statue, half this upper portion trunk is broken, head is half sunk, and the remaining portion, यहाँ से पैरों से नीचे वाला क्या है, वो पेडेस्ट्रल पे जो पावदानी है, जहाँ पर मूर्ति बनी रहती है, मूर्ति के नीचे देखो एक बड़ा सा ऐसा होता है जहाँ पे नाम साम लिखा होता है एक रेक्टेंगुलर शेप में, तो दैट्स कॉल्ड पेडेस्ट्रल, जहाँ पर वो पैर टिका हुआ है. सो ऑन द पेडेस्ट्रल समथिंग वाज रिटन. क्या लिखा था देखो, My name is Ozymandias, the king of kings. Look upon my works, yeah, mighty and despair. Nothing besides remain around and decay of the colossal wreck and boundless of bear. The lone and the level sense stretch far wide. Now, this beautiful line, Sustet tells us that. How arrogant he was, that. How ruthless person he was, that. Look at his condition now. During his time when the statue was erected, constructed or made, sculpted, so it was ordered that to write on the pedestal about him. He wanted to make himself alive after that event. The king Ozymandias ordered the sculpture to write such a way, make his statue in such a way that people, generations after generations, will remember him for his, greatness. But reality, so he forced the sculptor to write on the pedestal that my name is Ozymandias. देखो मुझे, मैं Ozymandias हूँ, king of king, राजाओं का राजा. Look upon my works, मेरे काम को देखो. Look upon, मैं स्टेचू देखो, पीछे मेरा काम देखो, तो पीछे तो सारा डेजर्ट है. Look upon my works and ye mighty and despair. देखो कितना mighty है, कितना बड़ा है मेरा काम. Lots of greatness. पीछे देखो, तो पीछे क्या है? पीछे देखो, बोला पीछे क्या है? पीछे तो सिर्फ रेगिस्तान है, धूल ही धूल है, कुछ नहीं बचा है, पीछे कुछ नहीं है. So people are known for the great works. It is not that if you say that I am great, you have to show with your great works. It is not with the words that you can make yourself great. So exactly same the poet tries to mean here, that he says, look at me, I am the king of Ozymandias, look at my work. No, nothing is remain. If you look behind the statue, what we have found out, nothing besides remain there. What we get? Round and decay, सड़ा हुआ चीज सब कुछ, रेगिस्तान. रेगिस्तान में कहाँ पेड़, कहाँ पे जिंदगी, कहाँ पे kingdom, सब खत्म. And that of colossal wreck. Now colossal means big, large. Wreck, ruins, बर्बाद. तो स्टेचू के पीछे वो क्या बोल रहा है कि देखो मेरे पीछे. Now look upon my works. Yeah, mighty and despair. Now what is there behind him? Behind him is, when we look upon, we find that the ruins, destructions, उसके सारे जो महल हैं, राज भवन है, सब टूटा फूटा बिखरा हुआ था. It shows that if you are brutal, your end is sure. No great and no colossal, no emperor or empire existed after that. If you are brutal, if you are cruel, if you are any cruelty, any brutality does not last long. It has to come to an end. So he says that the mighty powerful king, he says that it's lots of beauty, and he was a great emperor. But the decay can be seen, broken pieces of the statue. What can we see? Broken pieces of statue. What we can see? We can see the ruins. What we can see? The without limit, lots of areas without a great statue of Ozymandias, and only the lone survivor in this entire zone. What we see that he says to look at his work, but what we can see? Ruins, shattered, everything shattered. His empire had been completely brought into pieces. So his words was arrogant. His words were arrogant. He explained arrogance, but all his arrogance come to an end. When we go, when we see, when we watch, we understand that man is not he what he says, but he what he does. King Ashoka is known for his great works. Among the many Mughal emperors, why we talk about Akbar only? Because Akbar means the great. Because he was equal to all religion. He was, he dealt with his subjects so nicely, with all the Hindus and other religious people. He respected other religion. That's how he's still alive. We don't recall Aurangzeb. We don't recall some other brutal emperors of Mughal Empire. We talk about the greatness of Lachit Borphukan. We talk about the greatness of great kings and emperors of the past. That's how the poem starts with. At the beginning I said that a man is not he what he says, but he what he does. The Ozymandias of Egypt proves that. He says that, look at my mighty work, look at me, he says that my name is Ozymandias, but what he has proved that. He says that, look upon my great works, but behind him what we say, the shattered kingdom of Ozymandias, and the statue shattered, and his half body is fallen somewhere, her head is half sunk somewhere, so it's completely scattered. So here we come to an end of this explanation of this poem. I hope you people have understood and liked it. If you have any comment, please do comment, and if you have understood, also comment, and if I have made any mistake, correct me so that I can correct myself for the future explanation and all these things. Thanks for giving your time and listening to me. Have a great day. Thank you.